Chief Jones and Frank O'Toole are with us. Frank, I just want to start with you because I don't think people quite understand how much water has come. 3.3 billion gallons of water in Muncie, Indiana. Newcastle, 1.5 billion. Noblesville, 1.7 billion gallons of water. Frank, you've lived in that house since 1976. Did you ever think it could flood?
We was always aware that that was a possibility. In fact, we had one in 93, but it wasn't even close to the extent of this one.
Yeah, I remember 1993 down in St. Louis that wiped out so many folks. Chief, 20 water rescues in the middle of the night. And I've been there in the middle of the night when the call comes in at firehouses, particularly during hurricanes, and you got to make a decision about whether or not you can put your men's life on the line and women's life on the line to go out in these conditions. Have enough people now evacuated that you feel like you're not going to have to do any more rescues?
The situation we're in now, I think we're out of the danger zone. But you know, the night that we were expecting the flooding, I put my best guys over here on this side of the river. We knew where we were going to have most of our rescues, and we knew the city was going to be divided when the river rose. So I called in enough manpower to where we could split, and I put my assistant chief, which has boat experience and swift water rescue experience, along with my other boat operators on the east side of the river, and that's where actually we had all of our rescues that night. So we were really well prepared. All departments prepared well, and we felt like we got the information out soon enough to all the residents. You're always going to have some that want to stick around and may be skeptical of what might actually happen. Once we received the information from the National Weather Service with a map stating the possible
you knew
flooding,
what was happening.
Yeah, the flooding areas.
And we're looking at the video during the day of these rescues and how dangerous they are. At night, it's all the more so. Frank, I hate to ask you this on national television. 1976, you had one flood. It wasn't nearly as bad. Do you have flood insurance?
No, I do not. I had paid my mortgage off 13 years ago, and the flood insurance provided by the federal government was basically double what I was paying for my normal insurance, and at that time I couldn't afford it. I've been on a fixed income. I've been retired 14 years, and I just couldn't afford to keep flood insurance.
I feel for you in so many ways, and I know this story, it must be repeated among a lot of your neighbors, right? What are you going to do?
Yes. Right now, I have no idea. They're coming Monday to look at the property and look at my house and see if it's even feasible to rebuild. But until that happens, I have no idea what I'm going to do.
There's so many folks. Yeah.
We lost
everything.
8% of what we had. We salvaged our clothes, and that was about it.
I'm feeling for you. I know you're talking to us, it looks like, from your car. Chief, give us a sense as the weekend goes on, what you're most worried about.
Well, I'm most worried about getting people the help that they need, and that's the biggest focus right now. I think tenants and residents are starting to get frustrated with the cleanup process, and what do we do now? And our emergency management department is working really hard to bring in the resources. They're on the phone working with IDHS, trying to get FEMA involved. And there's so many other groups out there that are willing to come and assist to do cleanup, but that all has to be organized, and it never happens in the fast manner. And so people are frustrated. They want to get cleaned up. They want they want help. That's what they want. And the majority of the people I talk to either don't have flood insurance or couldn't get it. So they need help. It's a sad time. It really is. But this is frustrating. You don't ever think it's going to happen to you, and from what you see on the news, it's always a slow process, and that's what's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it happens to you. It happened to Frank. And then there are folks like your fireman, Chief, who come out and risk their own lives to rescue folks when it happens. Chief Scott Jones, Frank Toole, appreciate you both being with us. Our thoughts will be with you this weekend.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.